Okay, so you've heard all the hype, you've seen the headlines everywhere, but what is generative AI, really? In the next few minutes, we're going to cut right through all that noise and show you exactly why this technology is about to change, well, pretty much everything. Let's dive in.
Before we get into the nuts and bolts, let's just start with a feeling I think we've all had. It's that moment of awe, right? When you see a piece of creativity that feels so perfect, it's almost magical. For, well, all of human history, that creative spark has been ours, and ours alone.
But that's starting to change. We're at this incredible point where machines are not just analyzing information anymore, they're actually creating it. And the engine behind this massive shift, that's generative AI.
So, machines that create, what does that actually mean? Let's get to the very heart of what makes generative AI tick.
See, unlike the AI we're kind of used to, the kind that's built to analyze and understand data that's already out there, generative AI is a creator. Think of it like a digital artist, a writer, a coder, a composer, all rolled into one. It's capable of producing something brand new.
To really get what makes generative AI so special, it helps to put it side by side with the AI that's already in our daily lives. And that brings us to the most important difference of all: recognition versus creation.
This really lays it all out, doesn't it? Traditional AI is like a brilliant librarian. It is fantastic at finding, sorting, and categorizing all the information that already exists. It can tell you if an email is spam or if that's a cat in a photo. But generative AI, it's like an author. It takes all the knowledge from that entire library and writes a completely new story. It's a huge shift from just analyzing stuff to actually making stuff.
Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine you have a friend who's read, thousands of books, articles, and just absorbed countless conversations. When you ask them a question, they don't just search and spit back a quote at you. No, they synthesize everything they know to give you a totally fresh, insightful answer. That's what generative AI does. And just like that friend, the more it learns, the better and more creative it gets.
Okay, so this all sounds really impressive in theory, but where's this stuff actually making a difference, like right now? Let's look at some real-world examples. For anyone who works with words, this is an absolute game changer. Imagine you're a marketer, right? You need to launch a new product. Instead of spending hours writing one email campaign, you could generate 10 different versions in a few minutes, each with a totally unique angle. It's not replacing the strategist, it's supercharging them.
And it's not just for writing, not by a long shot. In the super complex world of software engineering, it's becoming this indispensable assistant. Think of it like a junior developer who never gets tired, handling all the repetitive, tedious coding tasks. This frees up the senior engineers to focus on the big picture, on designing elegant solutions to the really tough problems.
And oh man, when you get to the arts, the possibilities are just mind-bending. Designers are using it to brainstorm dozens of visual concepts in an afternoon. Musicians are composing entire scores. It's becoming this powerful new instrument for pure exploration, really pushing the boundaries of what's even possible in art and media. Okay, so we know it can write and code and design, but how? How does it all actually work? Let's take a really quick, simplified peek under the hood. So first, it all starts with training. The model is fed a truly staggering amount of data. Think of it like reading the entire internet. Then comes understanding. It builds this complex internal map of how all those words, concepts, and images connect to each other. Next, you give it a prompt, which is really just your instruction. And finally, this is where the magic happens. It generates a completely new original output, just for you. Now, as we wrap this up, there's one last, really crucial idea to get our heads around about this technology's role in our lives. It's not here to replace us. It's here to empower us. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's not about taking jobs away. It's about giving us a new kind of tool to do our jobs better, faster, and way more creatively than we ever could before. It's all about augmentation.
When we use it as a partner, it takes care of the grunt work. That lets us explore more ideas, take more creative risks, and spend our time on what we humans do best, strategy, critical thinking, and big picture innovation. It's about elevating our potential, not eliminating it. So where do we go from here? The truth is, we are right at the beginning of a whole new creative revolution. These tools are getting more powerful every single day, and honestly, the only limit is our own imagination. The real question isn't what this technology can do by itself, but what we're going to choose to do with it. So, what will you create?